After a long off season, I transferred to Oklahoma. In my one of my practice snaps, I rolled out to my right and I got a beautiful block and I discovered this new mechanic where it slows down. And then on this play, I won the position battle against Dylan Gabriel, the starting quarterback. Then in my first game against West Virginia, I threw my first snap a 25-yard ball to Jaden Gibson. Then I took it in for my first collegiate touchdown at Oklahoma. And then I rolled out to my right, tried to juke him, and apparently I got a concussion, so I was knocked out for quite a bit. Then later in the third quarter, I rolled in, and then Marcus Major scored a touchdown on a 0-yard touchdown run. Then I threw it up to Drake Stoops, who caught it in stride and took it all the way to the 5. Then I threw a ball to Brendan Thompson, who caught it for a touchdown. Then I did the same thing to Jalil Farouk against Tulsa, and I rolled out way too far, and I threw an interception. Then I rolled out to my left, thought about scrambling, and then I threw it for another interception. Then as I kneeled, this game was sealed. Then I rolled out to my right in a huge game against Notre Dame, which was 11 versus number 12, and I scored a touchdown. Then, as I kept my cool in the pocket, I threw this ball to Brendan Thompson, who took it in for a 34-yard touchdown. Then, close to the second half, I threw it up to Brendan Thompson again, hauled it in for a 45-yard play. Then I rolled out to my left and found Jalil Farouk for a touchdown. Then in the fourth quarter, to tie it up, I threw this ball to Javante Barnes, who got it for a touchdown. And then, after a defensive pick six, I kneeled it, and we beat Notre Dame. Then against TCU, I threw this ball to Sammy Bird, which was a touchdown. And later in the game, I threw it to Brendan Thompson for another touchdown. Then I threw it to Drake Stoops, who had a seam, and took this ball all the way to the end zone on an incredible play by me. And this play would end up being a new NCAA record for longest pass with 86 yards. Then as I rolled out to my right, I threw this ball up to Javante Barnes, and it was intercepted. Then in the fourth quarter, I rolled out to my left and found Brendan Thompson to the 5. Then as I'm backed up again, up by 7, I absolutely lobbed it up to Jadon Gibson, who caught it for a touchdown. Then as I kneeled, we sealed the win over the number 7 Longhorns, over the number 7 Horned Frogs, and then against the Longhorns, I rolled out to my left, then threw it to Jaden Gibson, who fought his way into the end zone for my first Red River touchdown. Then I saw Brendan Thompson again for a 20-yard touchdown. Then as it was tied 28-28, I rolled out to my left, and I had a seam while I was scrambling, and I took this ball all the way to the end zone, and I could feel the Sooner crowd going nuts. Then, to tie it up, I broke a tackle and then threw it to Angel Anthony, who caught it for the go-ahead touchdown. Then on fourth down, Quinn Ewers had all kinds of time, but he was sacked, and therefore we would win the game and jump up to number 2. Then against Kansas in College game day, I threw this ball to Jalil Farouk, who caught it for a touchdown. Then I threw it to Jaquez Petaway for another touchdown. Then I threw this ball up to Jalil Farouk, who head topped the receiver and fought his way all the way to the 7. Then, at tied 14-14, I was hurt, and this play would knock me out for about a quarter. And then on this play, I threw this ball to Angel Anthony for a 20-yard gain. And then, after this, I threw another ball to Jaden Gibson, who caught it for a go-ahead touchdown with 50 seconds left. And then as I kneeled after defensive interception, we beat the Kansas Jayhawks. And then against Texas Tech, I rolled out to my right and tucked it in for a touchdown. Then I threw it to Brendan Thompson, who somehow caught it while in traffic for a touchdown. Then I threw this ball up to Drake Stoops, and the little man came up with it for a 50-yard touchdown. Then 28 with a quarter left, I was excited that we could possibly beat Tech, but they brought it to overtime. And then I brought this ball in for a touchdown. Then I threw this ball to Brendan Thompson for the game-winning touchdown to beat the Red Raiders in a close matchup. And then I gave this ball to Marcus Major for a touchdown against Baylor. And then I stopped and found Samian Bird for a touchdown. Now I chucked this ball up to Jalil Farouk, but sadly it was intercepted as I took a kneel way later in the game. The game was over, and then, as we were finally ranked number 1 against Iowa State, I got in for my first rushing touchdown of the game. Then I rolled out to my right, and I took this ball, but I fumbled it. I thought I was going to have a touchdown, but Iowa State recovered it. But it wouldn't end up mattering much, as way later in the game in the fourth quarter, I took this ball after breaking a tackle into the end zone. And then I took this play and launched it up to Brennan Thompson, who caught it in stride for another touchdown. Then against Kansas State in a snow showdown, Brennan Thompson got this ball over the defender, and I rolled out to my left and stopped and I thought I saw Jello Farouk, but instead it was intercepted. And then I saw Brennan Thompson again for a touchdown. And then I threw an interception, but later I threw a ball to Brennan Thompson again. And y'all might not know this, but our offense had put up 0 points until about a quarter earlier, so the fact that we ended up to score 35 on the Wildcats is truly crazy. Then in Bedlam, the last regular season game, I scored a touchdown after throwing 2 interceptions, and then I rolled out to my right and I found Drake Stoops for a touchdown. Then in the third quarter, I launched it up to Brennan Thompson, who caught it for a touchdown. Then I rolled out to my right, and I brought this ball into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown with 2 minutes left. And then Javante Barnes brought it in for another touchdown, and I finished third place in the Heisman, running behind Caleb Williams and Blake Corum, which makes me very sad because I had an incredible freshman season. And then against USC in the playoff semifinals, I launched this ball up to Jalil Farouk, who caught it for an in-stride touchdown. And then I threw it to Jaden Gibson, who got it for another touchdown. This matchup was highly anticipated because y'all might not know this, but Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma to go to USC in very controversial fashion, and I knew that all Oklahoma fans just couldn't wait to beat up on USC, and luckily, to this point, we were doing that as I scored another touchdown of Javante Barnes. And then I threw this ball to Austin Stogner, who caught it for a touchdown. And when you know the big man tight end scoring, that's when you know this game is not going to be close. Then I rolled to my left and saw the pylon for a touchdown. Then in the national championship game against the Tar Heels of North Carolina, I threw this ball to Jalil Farouk, who caught it into the 1. Then I threw this ball up to Brennan Thompson, and he brought it down for a touchdown. Then I threw this ball to Drake Stoops, but it got intercepted, and that might as well have put it away because even though Austin Stogner caught it, we were still down by 13, which wouldn't help us much when I threw another interception. And as North Carolina took the lead, they were the national champions.